Yo guys, how's it going? I wanted to do a quick breakdown for everyone today of the new vendor that shows up once you've beaten a Everdark Night Lord, and basically just to show you guys if it's actually worth your time, like you want to get through. I would personally say it is worth your time, but I'll show you through the rewards and then you can decide on your own. So the first thing we get is kind of like new relic rights. So you'll have 2 for basically everybody. So here we have 2 for your boy Wilder. So he has 2 blues and 1 yellow on that one. And then 1 blue and 2 reds there. For Guardian, we have 1 red and 2 greens. And then 2 yellows and 1 red. For Iron Eye, we have 1 blue, 2 yellows. And then 2 greens and 1 yellow. For Duchess, we have 2 reds, 1 green. And 2 blues and 1 red. For Raider, we have 2 blues and 1 green. And we have 2 greens and 1 red. We also have my child chiming in. This is why it's difficult to record videos. For Revenant, we have 1 red, 2 yellows, and then 1 yellow and 2 blues. For Recluse, we have 2 reds, 1 yellow, 1 green, 2 blues. And then for our last boy, Executor, we have 2 reds, 1 blue, and 2 yellows, 1 red. Now for this week, because it was the Gaping Jaw, this was the relic we got from that, which is Dark Knight of the Baron. Gives you improved critical hits +1 and improved critical hits, and your critical hits earn runes. I don't think I'd really use this on mainly anybody except Executor. That would kind of be the only person I'd play it on. I think we have Sentient Pest is going to be the next one that arrives on the 26th. I think it rotates out, so I'm intrigued to see what we get from them. Because I actually still use the Sentient Pest one in some builds, so if it's like an enhanced version of it, I'm going to be insanely happy for that. Then we move on to our kind of like, like Nightfarer specific relics you can get from here. Oh, something I forgot to mention actually, on your you'll need a new currency for these that you only get from defeating the enhanced Night Lords. And for your first clear, you'll get 25, and then for every clear after, it will be 5. I don't know as of yet, but I think for like every first time you clear it a week, you'll get 25, but we'll see how that goes. So starting off with the relics. So our first one is for, Wilder. Pretty much all of these, near enough all of them, will have like a specific like effect for like basically like a Nightfarer. So as you can see, this one's for Wilder. It gives you art activation, spreads fire in an area, changes your compatible armament's weapon to flaming strike, and you get fire attack power up. I think this is actually amazing, especially if you have his like whetstone from his remembrance, so that your grappling hook skill, if you attack during it, it adds like fire onto your weapon for a bit. It's basically like having like just a little like free kind of like flame grease. The next one we have is for Guardian. So Guardian reflects a portion of damage received when your ability is activated. Again, I think that is like really strong. I've had a lot of fun playing with that, especially against like certain bosses. It can be very fun. Like certain bosses that do like a lot of attacks within a few seconds is a lot of fun to do with Guardian. We also have like Art Gauge charged from successful Guardian. That's just neat. And then Endurance +3, which is just going to be more stamina. The Duchess one is you become more difficult to spot and silence footsteps after landing a critical from behind, and gives you improved crits and character skill cooldown. I don't think this one is actually like that great, to be honest. I haven't had much use personally for the that Duchess effect on relics. I just don't think it's overly that strong. And my daughter is now just chiming in. You chiming in, girl? Yeah. Okay. The next one is mainly, it kind of looks like it was built more for Recluse, but we don't actually have a Recluse effect in the rest of them. So this is like max FP up with 3+ staves equipped. Max FP permanently increased after releasing the Sorcerer's Right mechanism, so that is the towers that you have to find like a glyph to break, essentially, and magic attack power up. Just seems like it's built for Recluse. I think it's kind of like pretty solid, but I feel like with kind of like Recluse's kit of being able to just get mana back from absorbing the elements, it's not that needed, to be honest, like max FP, but it is what it is. I think it could be helpful in boss fights where you kind of like burn through all your mana and just like Starlight Shard spam. That might be pretty handy. Moving on to the next one, we have Iron Eye. This is one I use in my builds because I just think it's just always like, I haven't really come up against anything that it's not particularly great against. There are some things that it won't obviously affect, and we have stuff like BBK who, you basically you can't poison, but some bosses, but most it's going to be decent against. So this means your art charge activation adds your poison effect, attack power up when facing poison afflicted enemy, and ultimate art gauge. So that ultimate is just coming back quicker and stuff like that. That's nice. The Raider one is duration of ultimate art extended, improved colossal weapon attack power, and endurance +3. Again, I think that one's pretty solid. I basically bought all the ones that I think are pretty solid at the moment, or I haven't been able to afford the ones I couldn't. So you have Revenant, who strengthens family and allies when ultimate art is activated. Items confer effect to all nearby allies, and Starlight Shards stay in your possession. Not terrible, but I feel like you could get that Revenant effect on a relic with better, kind of like a better second and third option. The Executor one is character skill boost attack, but attacking drains HP, HP recovery from successful guarding, and art gauge charge from successful guarding. This one for me, I haven't played around too much with this Executor effect, to be honest. I have no idea what the attack boost is or how much HP you lose, so that one I'm just going to leave alone. You know, if you've given it a try and you think it's solid, let me know in the comments. Now we go into ones here. From here on, these are kind of just like, they're not really anyone's, not really specifically for anybody kind of thing. They don't have the like unique Nightfarer effects on them. So the first one is slowly restore HP for self and nearby allies when HP is low, improve damage negation at low HP, and vigor +3. This is just kind of like a HP safety net, basically. I don't think it's worth getting, to be honest. I don't think it's that great. I think basically you can find the damage negation from weapons and stuff in run, so you don't really need that. But, you know, it might help some people kind of survive like a hit that would have otherwise killed you, something like that. This one I do like. The improved stance breaking when two-handed, improved initial stand attack, and poise 3. I just, you know, I love stance breaking. Basically, a lot of my stuff is revolved around stance breaking. And that's just kind of how I tend to play, either with, like, Raider or Iron Eye. This is the one I actually use on my Raider build. The improved stance breaking when wielding 2 armaments. Stamina recovers with each successful attack, and endurance +3. You can dish out so much punishment with Raider when using this relic. Like, you just have like 2 colossal weapons and you just go crazy. Also getting that like the it's like the post heal after taking an attack, like your bar. I did like another little video on it in my shorts. There's like part of your HP bar turns kind of like a pink when you get hit, and that's the amount you can heal back. Doing that with like 2 colossal weapons on Raider is so much fun. You can honestly just go to town on a lot of bosses and just kind of just wail into them. It's a lot of fun. This one is one that I try and squeeze into like nearly every build because it's just like, it's kind of crazy. The attack power increase, especially for Iron Eye, just feels so nice to use. I don't know why. It just feels so good. If you get about like, if you get like 3 of the prisoners defeated in a run, you feel like so good. It was just like a purple bow on Iron Eye. Feels so nice. It just feels so good. I really can't explain it any further. Just give it a try for yourself and see how you go on that one. And of course, the last one is just Starlight Shards all the way. The only person I could honestly see myself using this on is Revenant, because I like my mana, like my FP management with Revenant is absolutely terrible. So that'd be the only person I use that on. And then you can buy large flat stones. So this will be just the large relics you can pull for 5, which honestly I don't think is worthwhile doing. I think this needs to be cheaper. I honestly think this needs to be like 2 or 3, because paying 5 this is a clear. After you've been in it for the first time, this is a clear. So you could open 1 of these per clear. I don't think that's worthwhile doing. From there on, you just kind of have all the skins that are available for each one. You can buy them if you don't want to spend kind of your original currency on them. You can spend this on it. I wouldn't do it. There's my child chiming in again. Yeah, that is pretty much it. As you can see, all of the relic rights cost 4. All of the relics, aside from the boss one, cost 3. The boss one costing 12. And a lot of the skins are just based on kind of like the rarity. The darkness ones costing more and stuff like that. I don't know if this loot is going to rotate out weekly. I don't think it will, but it might, and that's kind of an exciting premise as well. So, you know, if there's any on here that you need to get, I would grab them while we're unsure if it does rotate. Yeah, and kind of that's basically all of it. Again, feel free to pause the video if you want to see kind of like, or, you know, just pause on it and mute it when I'm on that screen if you're just here to see the rewards specific to your guy kind of thing. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video. It does help me out an absolute ton. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Okay, bye.